24-hour News 8's Daybreak continues.
Hey, good morning. It is 9 o'clock on the dot, 75 degrees on this Monday morning. It is Memorial Day. As we speak, you're looking at a live picture of what is at this point an empty podium. It will be filled very soon by a person many around central Indiana will want to hear from.
His name is Jason Seaman. This time last Friday, everything was changing in his life and the students at Noblesville West Middle School. The well-documented shooting that happened there, and according to police, what the teacher did to save lives.
Right, he was hailed a hero at that point. Many people are still calling him a hero after he was shot 3 times. There is one other student who was also shot, and at this point there is still one student who is in custody for that shooting. But again, after Seaman was released from the hospital on Saturday, just a day after the shooting, we have seen posts from him on social media, but we've yet to hear from him verbally, and this will be our opportunity. Yeah,
so interesting timing. He is, as we've documented, a former college athlete and does some coaching as well, so perhaps it's fitting that on a day when Noblesville has decided to go ahead and host a baseball sectional, they're going to take time to honor him today, and he has agreed to say a few words. We don't know what form this will take, don't know if we'll get the opportunity with our crews there at the scene to ask some questions, or if he'll come forward more of a statement and feel comfortable only with that. But an awful lot of people are very eager to hear what Jason Seaman has to say.
And it looks like people are walking into the room at this point. It's only a matter of time before they begin to speak. Sometimes they just give us a warning that they're going to start a news conference soon, but we could listen in here.
I'm Arnie Cook. I'm the communications director for Noblesville Schools. I want to thank everyone for being here with us this morning. As you know, we experienced a terrifying act of violence at one of our schools last week. While our school community has sustained both physical and emotional injuries as a result of this, we are very thankful that there were no fatalities. That's due in large part to the quick action of our first responders, staff, and students. They followed our safety procedures and protocols effectively, and it's due especially to the heroic efforts of our teacher, Mr. Jason Seaman. Mr. Seaman has been a 7th grade science teacher and football coach at Noblesville West Middle School for 4 years. He's here to speak with you this morning about his experience. But first, you will also hear from our superintendent, Dr. Bethany Meyer, and Noblesville West principal, Ms. Stacey Swan. Please note that since this is an active investigation, and since as a school district we are prohibited from sharing specific information about students, we will not be able to answer all of the questions that you have. And in fact, we won't be taking any questions after the conference. So after the remarks are made, that will conclude the conference. I want to start out by introducing Dr. Niedermeyer, our superintendent of Noblesville Schools.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Beth Niedermeyer, and I'm the superintendent of Noblesville Schools. On Friday, we endured a horrific and senseless tragedy that's had a significant impact on this community. But we're coming together to support one another in this time of need. I've seen tremendous kindness, strength, and resilience from this community, and we're all really grateful. I'm thankful that Jason, our teacher who is injured, is well enough to be here with us today. Ella, our student who is injured, is making progress, and she's surrounded by a loving family, friends, and a huge circle of well-wishers. Please keep her in your prayers during her recovery. The last few days, we've been working to tend to the emotional needs of our students, our staff, and our parents. We've been providing counseling services, and these counseling services will continue the rest of this week, into the summer, and into next year. That's an important part of the healing process. The outpouring of love and support that we've received from Noblesville community, the state, and the nation has been a source of strength and beauty during this ugly tragedy, and we're slowly starting to heal. We're here today to talk about the heroism that took place on Friday, and I could not be prouder of Jason and Stacey and the entire Noblesville West staff, students, bus drivers, nurses, the list goes on. They all acted swiftly, they stayed calm, and they showed courage, and they followed all of our safety protocols. We're so grateful for Jason's quick and brave actions on Friday. He's a strong teacher, he's a coach, he's a father, he's a husband, and he's a son, and he's loved by many. He put his own life in danger for his students. That alone tells you about his character and his big heart. The entire Noblesville School family has come together to do whatever we need to do to deal with the aftermath of this crisis. They've demonstrated tremendous compassion and endless commitment and have given all of their time this weekend to make sure everything is ready for next week, for our last week of school before summer break. Together, we will get through this, and I couldn't be more proud to be a part of this school district and a member of this community. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Stacey Swan. I'm very proud and honored to be the face of Noblesville West Middle School. This community and Noblesville West will be forever changed by the events on Friday. We are eternally bonded in this. I'm speaking today because I want everyone to know the examples of strength, courage, and bravery I witnessed on this morning. Several people found their purpose on May 25th, 2018. I would hope that everyone would find their purpose, but I pray that no one has to go and find it the way we did. Jason Seaman is a hero.
Seems like maybe we have lost some of that feed right now, but that was Principal Stacey Swan talking about and really extolling the virtues of teacher Jason Seaman, who in the midst of what crazy events on Friday was able to step in.
Let's go ahead and listen in again.
Fears and led them to safety. And the reason why we teach, and most importantly, the students. They reacted confidently and courageously in following the training their teachers provided them, specifically Ella, whose fight and determination is without measure as she continues to improve. Each act of strength and bravery should inspire and convince you that the children, staff, and responding officers will not only get through this, but will become stronger because of this. Someone shared a passage with me this week that stated, "The strongest trees have the deepest roots." This embodies not only Noblesville West, but the entire community. We showed that on Friday we are stronger together, and we will continue to amaze you. I have never felt alone in Noblesville, but never has it felt so beautifully crowded than on that day. Thank you to each of you that offered refuge, safety, and support to the staff and students of Noblesville West Middle School. We will forever be grateful.
First off, as a person who isn't looking for attention, nor entirely comfortable with the situation I'm currently in, I want to make it clear that my actions on that day, in my mind, were the only acceptable actions I could have done given the circumstances. I deeply care for my students and their well-being, so that is why I did what I did that day. In the last couple of days, I have heard story after story of how members of the Noblesville West family conducted themselves during that day, and I couldn't say enough times how proud of them I am, how they conducted themselves around students, given their own emotions and such. I need to give a special thanks to Officer Stephan. He was incredible throughout the entire process, the entire ordeal. I'm eternally grateful to have him in our building. Along with Officer Stephan, an unbelievably brave colleague, entered my room, was absolutely crucial in keeping Ella alert and calm as we waited for help to arrive. I can't say enough how proud of Ella I am and how we all should be. Her courage and strength at such a young age is nothing short of remarkable, and we should all continue to keep her in our minds as she continues to recover. My nurses at IU Methodist, along with the surgical team and everyone else responsible for taking care of me, did a fantastic job. They were unbelievable, very accommodating throughout the whole thing. Lastly, I must acknowledge the community. Their support has been first class the entire time. Community members have found numerous ways to support myself and my wife Colette throughout the process. They have done so while still allowing us to maintain our privacy as we continue to process what we're processing. I must give a special thank you to Jackson for starting the GoFundMe page. I can't really fathom how someone I have not personally met would do such an act of kindness. and how the Noblesville community has been so generous in their response to it. I'm still processing much of what has happened, but I can say with absolute certainty that I am proud to be a Miller. Thank you.
There you hear
Okay,
the word.
and just to reiterate again, we are not taking any questions today. We do thank you for joining us this morning. Mr. Seaman, we're not planning any individual interviews at this time. If that changes at some point in the future, I will let you know. I'll also mention that anyone looking to donate to the victims' families can do so through the Noblesville Schools Education Foundation. The link can be found on our webpage on the district website. And I also wanted to let you know that we'll be honoring Mr. Seaman and collecting donations for both victims' families at our high school baseball playoff game today at 10 a.m. It's being held at Dunker Field, 3025 Westfield Road in Noblesville. Thank you.